Alright guys, so 100x engagements per day for 100 days. That was the goal that we had for ourselves 100 days ago. Well, it's day 100 and it's been hard, difficult, but we did it. And I want to share with you the lessons I took away from these 100 days. If you're under 500 followers, or if you're over 500, over 1,000, you might get some lessons in this video because I went viral twice in these 100 days. And I want to share with you what I learned on how to get viral, how to get more followers, and I'll give you also a strategy that I followed in order to grow my account over these 100 days. So if any of this interests you, you don't want to miss this video.
So guys, today is the 22nd, and yesterday I had one of my tweets go viral, and that is 3 days after my day 60 of 100x engagements for 100 days. So 3 days, day 63 is when one of my tweets went viral. This tweet, which now has 118,000 views. So right now I only have 795 followers, and before this tweet went viral, I had somewhere around like 650 or something. So we got some followers off that. But why did this tweet go viral? You know, most of the people that I engage with so far are those solopreneurs, entrepreneurs who build in public. So I wrote something that really touched them in their hearts. That's what I think, right? Because I don't know what went viral, why this went viral, but I'm thinking with my head of these are some points that I think really made things work. So number one, a lot of my audience are solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, those who are building in public. Number two, they have probably done the build in private thing like I did, and they have all probably failed and thought that, oh man, I really gotta do build in public. I really have to build a personal brand. So this one touches them in the core of their heart. So there's two things that really made this tweet viral because people would comment on that. They would comment on the things that worked for them, what didn't work for them, why building in private was a bad idea for them in the past. They would tell stories, and that will get more engagement. And as they were doing this, I was replying day in and day out. This whole entire Monday, I was finding time between work when I would just reply to comments. There's 157 comments so far. So those are some ideas that I had of why things went viral, and I hope that this breakdown helped you in writing your own tweets that will hopefully go viral as well.
Alright guys, so it is day 90 of my 100 engagements every day for the next 100 days. So over here we have our calendar. You could see that it is February 17th, and I have this little mark here saying that it's my 90th day. So let's take a look at our followers. So we still haven't gotten to 1K yet. We have around 961 followers so far. And if we take a look at our last 7 days, you can see that it's pretty bad. We went down to 62,000 impressions and 405 profile visits, down 32%. So what that basically tells me is that, you know, doing replies are great, but it really doesn't move the needle as much as you think. After around 50, I would say, then the replies that you do, they don't make that much of a difference. So if we go back to our post impressions, you can see that here is February. So we're closing in on 200K and it's the 17th. So basically that means that I can expect at the end of the month, it will be 400K. In January, we had a really good month at 700,000 impressions because I had one post go viral. But December, that was an average 335,000 impressions. So what that tells me is that the X account is growing. There is movement. So basically I can continue what I'm doing. We have 10 days left in this challenge. So at the end of those 10 days, which means that after we hit that 100 day, I'm gonna recollect, reflect, and tell you guys what's gonna go next, as well as explain the results of the whole entire experiment, which lasted for 100 days, guys.
All right, guys, so we are at day 100 of our strategy of engaging on X 100 times per day for 100 days. It is February 27th, and if we look at our follower count, we have went from somewhere around 200 when we first started, and if you're curious about where we first started, check out this video. We are now at 1,075 followers. We broke the 1K mark, and looking at our account analytics, we have 220K impressions, around a growth of 200%, 1,200 profile visits, 100 new followers, up 30%, and our media views are up 2,700, up 274%. So that's where we are at. But before you go anywhere, Let me tell you, so in the last 4 days, around 3 days ago, I posted this post. And this was a banger because I got 100,000 views from it. And this took only 3 minutes to write. What I saw was that I was scrolling on Twitter while I was on the toilet, and I saw Tony Din, who is this other big influencer, just make a tweet about Levels SIO. And Levels is a very big account. He made a tweet that would trigger people. And that's the key word. When you see a tweet that triggers people, if it triggers you, that's even better, because if it triggers you, you know that it's gonna trigger other people that are similar to you. So his post here, Levels' post, is very relevant to engineers, software engineers, and developers. Tony Din is another big software engineer influencer, and I'm a software engineer. And when I read the post, it really triggered me inside my heart. It made me squeal. So what I did is I made another post. I just took a screenshot of Tony's retweet of Levels' tweet, and then I put my own spin on it. I put another way of triggering the audience. Because Levels always do crazy things, I suggested another crazy thing that he might do that would also trigger the audience. And this worked well because I started getting comments after comments after comments. And then we're at 3 days later, 100K impressions. So that really helped boost the impressions that I got this week. So what we learned is that the results is over these last 100 days, I got myself to 1,000 followers plus, and I got 2 viral posts that just went viral, and I did not even believe that would happen, but it did happen, and we learned something from it.
So after doing 100x engagements every day for the last 100 days, here is what I learned. If you're under 500 followers or you're just starting out, the best thing you could do is do what I did, 100x engagements every day for 100 days. That's gonna get your name out. What's going to happen is people are gonna get familiar with you. They're gonna start liking your attitude towards the whole platform, because what we're looking for is we're just looking for people who stay consistent, who's gonna be on the platform. And just doing that is gonna build that muscle, that repetitive discipline that you need to do this. The second thing you have to do, whether you're over 500 or under 500 followers, is you need to post 2 or 3 times per day at least. Now I know that's a lot, but to make it easier for you, you could just spend a weekend, spend a couple hours, and just schedule all your posts out. That is what I do. I do 2 posts per day. They're all scheduled on the weekend when I don't have work. In addition to that, I want you to do at least 1 thread per week. It's not per day, guys. So when you're scheduling out those posts, make sure you're also writing out a thoughtful thread, and you would post that thread somewhere along the week for the next week, right? So that's what you got to do. And the third and final thing that I should have started doing when I first started out, but I didn't know, this is something that I learned, is that you want to create a list of big influencers you'd like to follow or you'd like to meet one day, right? So Levels.io for me, 300K followers is a big influencer. That's someone I'd like to meet one day. But in addition to that, all his posts gets like more than 10,000 views, right? So you want to follow his posts, and when he posts something or when they post something that triggers people, that goes viral, and that triggers you, that's a good indication that you want to piggyback off that, quote his quote, and just share your own opinion to help trigger people, and that will more than likely get you a post that goes viral as well. Other than that, guys, if you want to figure out or learn how this whole journey started, check out this video here.